I have absolutely zero shame as a 32-year-old man admitting how much I love High School Musical, the musical, the series, and Never Have I Ever. I love these two. They're both in those, and now they're in Prom Dates, Julia Lester and Terry Hu. So thank you both for joining me.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, so Julia, as the lead of the film, I'll let you tell us what Prom Dates is about.
Prom Dates is about two best friends who make a pact to have the most perfect, idyllic prom their senior year of high school. And about 24 hours before the big dance and the big night, everything goes awry and they lose their dates and they don't have anything to wear. And so they go on this sort of like 24-hour long adventure to rebuild the prom that they had always dreamed of.
And Terry, your character comes in. This film has such great representation for the LGBTQ plus community. I love the representation coming up on prom season and then Pride Month right after that. What was it like being a part of this special film?
I mean, the script itself, just right off the bat, hilarious. Like, I wasn't even really thinking about that aspect because I don't necessarily go into things being like, this is going to be representation, although it inherently is. And then, you know, just love the script so much. And then to be a part of it with Julia and also to see the way that like the story was told and kind of played out even all the way to the end with, you know, Hannah asking Angie to be her girlfriend and stuff and seeing how that plays out. Like, I thought it was all just like really real and like a really authentic way to represent a possibility in the, you know, queer world. I don't think like obviously any one movie can represent everything, but I thought it was a really, really great like piece that didn't center on queerness, but it just inherently was part of it and showcased it, you know?
Yeah, you're so right. And Julia, you and Antonia Gentry, who we know from Ginny and Georgia, have this just palpable chemistry that I honestly believe that you are lifelong best friends. Is that what you took away from this experience?
Thank you. That's a huge compliment. Antonia is just the most wonderful scene partner. It's so funny being sort of thrown into this really crazy fast movie shooting process and being like, oh, we have to portray lifelong best friends and we like met 2 seconds ago and we hit it off so well. And I think, and I so appreciate you saying that the chemistry was obvious because we were truly having such an amazing time together and she is just so incredible through and through. I feel like we learned so much from each other. So thank you for that.
Yes, it's so evident. And I have to also ask you about, we obviously don't see her as much on the screen, but Chelsea Handler, like, what is it like working with her, getting in those scenes?
Oh my God, just amazing. She is so funny on and off screen and was so such a wonderful presence on set. And she got to work with me and Kenny, who plays Greg in the movie. And she was just asking so many questions about us and really wanted to get to know us, which I just found so wonderful. And she was kind and funny and great. And we had a blast with her. It was so cool that she got to be a part of the movie too.
It's such a great movie. It's raunchy, it's funny in all the best ways possible. Thank you both so much.
Thank you.
Thanks. So this is such an epic prom movie. It's obviously called Prom Dates. It's a coming-of-age movie about these two amazing girls, but I'm going to let them do all the talking. I'm talking with director Kim O-Win and screenwriter DJ Mousner. So Kim, I'll leave it with you. Tell us what Prom Dates is about.
Okay, great. And hi, by the way. It's about two childhood best friends who make a death pact, really, that they're going to go to a prom together and then find amazing dates. And they have this up until, or they think they do, basically up until the night before. And then it basically all falls apart. And then they just have to desperately find new ones to essentially like come full circle on everything they've ever hoped and dreamed of.
And everything that we see on the screen obviously starts with the writing, which was so important why we had the writer's strike this past summer. DJ, how did you come up with this concept?
Oh, well, it was the first feature that I'd ever written, actually. And so when I sat down to put pen to paper, I thought, what do I know most about? And I'm very lucky to have two lifelong childhood friends. We met in the 5th grade and we're friends now. They're literally staying with me right now for the premiere of the movie. And I thought, I know nothing truer than their friendship, so let me write that as the heart of this script. And that's kind of how it came to be.
Yeah, and it's such a great story to be told. It's not like the previous ones we've seen where, oh, let's make a sex pact and lose our virginities on prom night. It's really about these two girls' relationships. What was it like getting Antonia Gentry and Julia Lester cast in this amazing film?
We have a dream cast and we absolutely love all of them. We were already just huge fans of Julia and Antonia, and Tony, and they're both amazing. And what we loved was not only could they just be funny and real, but also heartbreaking and devastating at times too. Like just their ability to be able to access so many different nuances was something we both loved, and that goes throughout our entire cast too. We got so lucky with this.
Yeah,
Very,
absolutely.
very much so. And DJ, I'll direct this next question at you. This is a very, very positive film for the LGBTQ plus community. But what I love is that even though Julia's character comes out, it's not how we typically see in the films where it's, oh, there's so much hate behind it. Like her friend is so accepting and we don't see the family's response, but we know she has a super big family acceptance. What was that like making that important for this film?
Absolutely. Well, first of all, thank you for saying that. It was important to me to show if I was going to depict any iteration of a coming out story, which is a story we've seen many times before, I wanted it to feel fresh in some ways. And also, I wanted it to be reflective of my experience. I was very lucky to have very supportive friends and family. I even was accidentally outed to my family through the most millennial way possible, which was a homemade BuzzFeed quiz that my brother took and got me. It's like, you are DJ Mausner. You are gay, 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 gay. My brother was like, what is this? And then my family found out, but they were lovely and they were very sweet about it, including all of my friends. You know, I'm non-binary as well, and coming out as trans can be really difficult, especially in this time of vicious anti-trans legislation. And I'm so lucky to have so much support that's the angle that I really wanted to show in this movie.
It's so greatly depicted. You are very lucky to have that family and support because a lot of people don't, but this film is certain to help people. I can't wait for people to watch Prom Dates on Hulu starting May 3rd. Thank you both so much.
Thank you, Trevor.
Yeah, thanks, Trevor.
So these guys aren't the lead of Prom Dates, but they both steal the screen in their own respective ways. I'm thrilled to talk with Kenny Ridwan and Jordan Buhat in Prom Dates. So Kenny, we'll start with you. Tell us more about your character.
Well, Greg is obviously a hopeless romantic. He's in love and he doesn't know how to get out of it. And I think Greg has this lovely arc in the movie where he realizes there's many different forms of love, not only just being, in a monogamous relationship with one person. So, yeah.
What about you, Jordan?
Well, Luca is that person in everyone's life who you think back and you're like, you know what? You don't quite align with my ethics and my morals. And I learned a lot and became a better person because I knew you.
Yeah, I definitely see that from him. And I'll direct this back at Kenny. You share a lot of your scenes, obviously, with Julia Lester, who we know from High School Musical, the musical, the series, and Broadway star Into the Woods, Tony nominee. What was it like working with her?
I mean, it's always so wonderful to work with such a wonderful actress, but also an artist in her own respect. And all I have to say is it makes your job so much easier. I mean, yeah, and she was it was a very collaborative experience, especially with our director, Kim, where we were able to sort of play around together and build this relationship. Yeah.
And Jordan, now this one to you. Obviously, you share your scenes with Antonia Gentry. We see a lot of your character, both in the hot tub, and we see you kind of being that womanizer role. What was it like playing that sort of role?
Oh my gosh. It was, I had to, it was really great to have my trusting co-stars, basically. To be able to play that kind of person and to go where he needed to go. I just needed to make sure and check in that everyone was going to be okay with the things that I was doing. And they were all amazing, especially, Tony just letting me be just gross kind of person at times. And so that's the professionalism of Tony and everyone else made me comfortable to be Luca.
Yeah, absolutely. And what I love most about this film is the representation both in front of and behind the screen. It's huge for the queer community. It's also big for people of color and different communities. What's it like being a part of something like this?
That is a momentous question. Obviously, it's wonderful. I was drawn to this story because obviously it's a beautiful journey for someone. But yeah, no, it's wonderful, and I'm glad that more diverse stories are being told.
You're so right. And Jordan, what do people need to know before they watch Prom Dates on Hulu?
Oh, be prepared for a messy, sassy, disaster kind of adventure nights between the two best friends trying to get to prom.
And they get there. We hope root for these characters, and make sure you watch Prom Dates on Hulu starting May 3rd. Thanks both, guys.
Thank you.
Thanks, Trevor.
Thank you. Bye-bye.